What is your name, please?
My name is Evelyn Boran.
My name is Evelyn Boran.
My name is Evelyn Boran.
Only one of these ladies is the real Evelyn Boran. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Peggy Cass, Orson Bean, Betsy Palmer, plus 100 people in our studio audience on To Tell the Truth. This portion of To Tell the Truth is brought to you by Campbell's Bounty Stew. And here, sitting in for Bud Collier, is the producer of To Tell the Truth, Mr. Mark Goodson.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Panel, first of all, there's good news and there's bad news today. The bad news is that Bud Collier is not feeling well, and I hope he's going to feel well again very soon. The good news is I get to do this. And I've never done it before. I'm a producer. It's much easier to be back there frowning at you. All right? And you notice that because of me, in my honor, the first spot has 3 beautiful girls. All right?
Mark Goodson show.
Betsy, you're also here instead of Kitty, who is off at the Met. I think
is she
singing,
off
or
with the Metropolitan?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I understand you're on your way to do some singing.
I'm off to do, well, why do you suppose I have a haircut again?
South Pacific.
I'm off to do South Pacific again in California. In fact, we open next Tuesday, Jean-Pierre Aumont and myself.
Sweet
How
man.
about that? I hear he is a very, very nice man.
Okay.
In West Covina, can I say where?
Yeah, you
The
can say West
Carousel?
Covina.
All
Okay.
right.
Now that we've finished the plugging, today again we're going to give 100 people in our studio audience a chance to vote electronically each time we play a game on To Tell the Truth. So audience, stay alert please and get your voting buttons ready. We'll be calling on you in a few seconds. Now panel, in front of you are today's envelopes, the contents of which you've never seen before. So open up envelope number 1 and follow along as I read. I, Evelyn Boran, am an underwater stunt woman. I've appeared in the swimming sequences of 2 James Bond movies. The most difficult stunt that I have performed was riding on the back of a 5-ton killer whale. Swimming seems to come naturally to my family. My husband is a well-known underwater photographer, and our baby daughter has been swimming since she was 4 months old. Signed, Evelyn Boran. And we will now start the questioning with Orson Bean. Orson?
Thank you. You all 3 have beautiful tans and are fine-looking ladies. Number 3, in what movie did you ride on the back of a 5-ton killer whale?
Namu the killer whale.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that, but I saw it around the neighbor theaters. Did you really do it, or was it tricked up in some way? You really did it? Mm-hmm. My goodness. Who was supposed to be doing it in the picture?
Who was supposed to be doing it?
Somebody else, I mean, or was it... were you a character in the picture?
Yes. She was Miss America once before.
Oh, the lady that you were supposed to be, I see. Number 1, in the James Bond pictures, did you do any of the underwater stuff in the big underwater fight sequence?
Yeah, well, not in the underwater fight, but I was swimming underwater.
Yes.
Dubbing the actor.
All right, Betsy, please.
Number 1, who plays James Bond in your film?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. And what kind of build does Sean Connery have?
What kind of build?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
What was the question, dear?
I would like to know what his build, his physical build is like.
His build?
Yes.
He's built very well.
No, but is he a tall man or
He's fairly tall, yes.
fairly tall? Number 2, did you shoot all of the sequence in Florida, or did you have to go elsewhere?
No, we shot it in Nassau.
In Nassau?
Yes.
Yes. And did you shoot anywhere else?
All right, Tom Poston, please.
Number 2, what happened to Namu?
What happened in Namu? Well, Namu...
No, to Namu.
To Namu. He died.
Poor beastie. Over love of a girl, I think. Girl killer whale. Number 1, do you go down into the water and hold your breath for a long, long time while they film it, or do you have to keep coming back up and forth?
Well, I have to come back up and take a new breath. I can't stay that long.
Number 1, you sometimes made up to resemble the actresses whose place you were taking in the underwater sequences, right?
Yes.
What about, now number 3 has plenty of long hair. I can't tell about number 2, but your hair seems short. Do you have to wear a fall or a wig?
Yes, I wear a wig.
And it doesn't come off in the water?
No.
Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 1, was your killer whale tame that you rode?
Number 1.
I'm sorry. No, it wasn't. It was captured.
Yeah, well, number 3, how did you stay on? I mean, what did you use? Suction cups on your feet or something?
No, well, every time he went underwater, I got off him, and then I came on. They just shot him in sequences.
That seems very bright to me. Number 2, have you ever run into any poisonous fish down there, like Portuguese men of war or stuff like that? Have you ever been hurt?
I have not.
You never have?
No.
Thank you.
All right, panel. Brilliant questioning. Now, without change of consultation, it's time for you to mark your ballots. And while you're voting, it's time for those in our studio audience group to vote. On the voting machines in front of each of you are 3 buttons. When I say vote, please select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote. The music from another sphere. All right? Your votes have now been registered, and we're going to reveal the results in just a moment. But first, let's see how the panel votes. Now, Tom, what'd you vote for?
Mark, I voted for number 1. I thought she was a girl with a great sense of humor, and I think you would have to have that to do this kind of dangerous work and enjoy it.
All right, Peggy, which one did you select?
I almost voted for 1 because she knew that Sean Connery is very well built, as indeed he is, but after all, anybody that saw the movies would know that. I voted for number 2 because she knew that poor little Nemu the whale died.
Oh.
He died in his nest.
Oh. He was trying, it was the mating season, and he was trying to get out.
Well, that's life.
Orson?
I voted for number 3. I think that she has a cool look about her that a pro would have to have, and that she could hold her breath for a long time.
And Betsy?
Well, I voted for number 1 because she speaks with a slight accent, and I would say that Boran might be Scandinavian, and to me she looks Scandinavian.
All right. Well-reasoned, interesting decisions. Panel, your votes are all in. Now let's find out. I'm very curious to find out who got the most votes from the studio audience. Now, our audience out there voted for number 1, and quite strongly for number 1, 46 votes out of 100. Okay, here we go. Will the real Evelyn Boran please stand up? Fooled everybody except one, except one in the studio audience. Eh? Now, Evelyn's baby daughter, by the way, is very cute. We happen to have a picture of Evelyn with her mama underwater. Can we see that picture? Can you see that?
Yeah, the sea steps over there.
Evelyn, how old is the baby in that picture?
She was 9 months when that picture was taken.
9 months? How old was she when she first went underwater?
I started her at 2 months in the bathtub and 4 months in the swimming pool.
Good heavens. All right. Okay, let's find out who the other lovely young ladies are. Number 1 got 3 votes, including the audience vote. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Heide Beste, and I work for reservations in British Overseas Airways.
All right. And number 3, you got 1 vote. How about you?
My name is Joey Addison, and I'm a bunny at the New York Playboy Club.
All right, that means there were 3 incorrect votes from the panel, plus 1 from our studio audience, which is a total of $400 for you ladies to divide. Thank you very much for being with us on To Tell the Truth. Okay, now let's meet our next team of challengers.
There are millions of children in this country who have been deserted by either their mothers or their fathers. Finding these runaway parents and reuniting them with their families is the difficult job of one of these 3 gentlemen. What is your name, please?
Solomon Z. Weiss.
My name is Solomon Z. Weiss.
My name is Solomon Z. Weiss.
We shall play our game with Mr. Solomon Z. Weiss in just a minute after this special word of interest. Okay, panel, if you'll open your second set of envelopes while I read the statement. I, Solomon Z. Weiss, am Executive Director of the Family Location Service. It is our job to find husbands and wives who, for one reason or another, have deserted or become estranged from their families. Last year, we were involved with over 1,100 of these cases. Some 9 million women and children in this country are the victims of desertion. Last year alone, aid to children whose parents had deserted them ran to over $900 million. The basic purpose of our organization is to reunite families whenever possible. And I'm proud to say that the Family Location Service is the only agency of its kind in the world. Signed, Solomon Z. Weiss. We'll continue this game with Solomon Z. Weiss in just a moment after this message. And for those of you who tune in a little late, I want to say that Bud Collier is not feeling too well today. We hope he's going to be back with us by tomorrow or Monday. A panel, these three gentlemen claim to be Solomon Z. Weiss. An audience thinks you're going to be asked to vote later on for the real person. Keep your eyes and ears open. Let's begin the questioning with Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, do you think that children are better off with 2 parents who don't get along or 1 parent when there's peace in the home?
I would suggest 1 parent.
Thank you. Well, number 1, if somebody deserts deserts his children or her children, how can you talk that person into coming back and living with the spouse and the children if he wasn't happy there in the first place?
Well, we'll find out why he left.
Oh, you do family counseling, in other words.
A certain amount.
Thank you. Number 2, could you tell me what Parents Without Partners is?
Number
2.
Parents without partners?
Yeah.
Where one is deserted, or one is divorced, or one has died.
Thank you.
Orson?
Number 3, are you interested in finding the estranged spouse and arranging a financial contribution?
Yes, sometimes.
Is that the primary thing, or is it to really get them to come back and sit around drinking a can of beer and watching TV at night with their shoes off, like you used to, which is why she drove them out in the first place?
Yes, to try to make a happy at home.
I see, all right. Number 1, now this $900 million, who lays this out? Are you talking about relief, or...
The government of the United States.
In what way do they lay it out? In relief
aid
payments?
to dependent children.
Aid to dependent children?
That's right.
Through relief payments at the local level?
Through relief payments at the local level, yes.
Betsy Palmer.
Number 2, does this help that you give to people include unwed mothers?
No.
Number 1, does your department have anything to do with young ladies who have children that do not have spouses?
Yes.
It does. Number 3, when a husband has left his family and doesn't desire to return, what do you say to him?
We try to find out the reasons for the leaving and try to effect some sort of reconciliation if possible.
Is there such a point in question of maybe forcing them to return to help support?
Yes, support is mandatory in certain conditions.
Tom Poston?
Thank you, Mark. Number 2, can you force them to come back if they're out of the state?
No, you can't force them, but there are some states which allow extradition.
For this particular thing,
to bring him back.
Well, number 1, I'm very interested in the way you go about changing the attitudes. What do you do to talk a fella who's left his family into coming back and living with them?
Is that me, number 1?
Yes, please.
Well, we try to make contact with the missing person or the disappearing person and find out the causes. And we also try to find out from the deserted spouse how she sees the point, how she sees herself.
All right, panel. It's time to vote now. I think it's a very difficult choice myself.
I do, too.
I wouldn't know who to vote for. Without consultation, please mark your ballots. And audience, once again, it's time for you to vote on your little voting contractions. So when I say vote, select number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you ready? Vote. Okay, your votes have been registered, and now let's see how the panel votes. Are you registered there, Tom? How did you vote, please?
I finally chose number 3. He didn't seem to be taking, I'm sure he takes his job very seriously, but he didn't seem to be taking this interrogation terribly seriously, and why should he? He knows all the answers.
All right. Peggy Cass.
Well, I voted for number 3. He seemed to have a very pleasant, jovial personality, which is what it would take to have some guy that deserted his wife and 10 kids to come back home again. The Finks.
Orson.
I don't know. There's 2 sides to every story, Peggy. I voted for number 1. I think he looks efficient, trustworthy. He looks a little like Mr. Keene, Tracer of Lost Persons.
I remember that show very well. And Betsy, your vote, please.
And I voted for number 1, too. And it was because when he was standing up on the platform, his trousers looked as though he sat down more than the other men did. And so maybe he wasn't so nervous.
All right, sir, you're picked on the basis of shiny pants. We'll see how our audience voted and meet the real Solomon Z. Weiss in just a minute after this word of interest. All right, panel, the votes are evenly divided, as a matter of fact, by a left and a right. Down the other end, Tom and Peggy are for number 3, and Orson and Betsy are for number 1. Now, let's see who got the most votes from our studio audience. Our audience voted for number 3 by 55 votes out of 100. Very good. Now, let's find out which of these 3 gentlemen indeed heads the Family Location Service. So will the real Solomon Z. Weiss please stand up? Thank you. Incidentally, the Family Location Service is the beneficiary of the Federation of Jewish Philanthropies of New York. And now, let's find out who the other gentlemen are. Number 2, will you tell us who you really are and what you do?
My name is Ralph Cohen. I'm sales manager for the Pacific Bag and Burlap Company in New York.
And number 3, you got 2 votes from the panel, and you fooled the audience. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Sidney Epstein, and I'm an executive with the Columbia Cement Company in Brooklyn, manufacturers of adhesives.
Well, gentlemen, you got 2 incorrect votes from the panel, plus 1 from our studio audience. A total of $300 for you to divide. It was a very interesting spot, and thank you very much for being with us on To Tell the Truth. We shall return in just a moment after this message from Bristol Myers. Okay, panel, you were marvelous today. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much. And so until tomorrow, this is Mark Goodson sitting in for Bud Collier, and as he does, reminding you to tell the truth.
This portion of To Tell the Truth was brought to you by Neutral Lawn, the floor wax made to be washed with detergent. To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Cotton production. Johnny Olson speaking. The program was pre-recorded.